Welcome back to the show. This is KDS Reviews. You know, The Mandalorian and Grogu are getting ready to come out very shortly. But let's talk about what started all this, and that is Star Wars. You know, this was not just a movie, it was like a cultural event. The movie came out in 1977. And I remember nobody had ever seen anything like this before. Probably the closest thing to it was 2001, A Space Odyssey. We never seen anything like this, though. The way the movie looked, the action sequences, the characters in it. Never seen nothing like this before. I think that was another reason why it was so a big deal about this movie. Another reason is it was almost written as if someone had been listening to kids playing with toys. It was almost like it used the kids' imagination, what we did when we played. You know, this is before video games. We were outside playing. You know, it's almost like someone had been listening to us and made a movie out of a story of what we were doing. I mean, it was really weird. I remember when I saw this movie, I was like, wow, like somebody's been watching me playing outside. Another one was Luke Skywalker, played by Mark Hamill. Now, every kid could identify with Luke Skywalker because he just came off the farm. He had never left the planet Tatooine. He'd never seen anything like this. So as he was seeing how everything was developing, it's almost you were there with him, you know, as a preteen watching this movie. You saw it when he saw it. You saw all the sequences that went on. So you almost identified with Luke Skywalker as you, actually. And then there's Han Solo, played by Harrison Ford, kind of like this swashbuckling pirate. Now, Han Solo didn't take any mess from anybody. You know, he was looking out what was best for Han Solo. He was doing things to help his own self. He didn't care. And he did shoot Greedo first. You know, he was just only looking out for himself. He wasn't really even worried about the rebels or anything else. He just wanted to get paid. So he was an anti-hero that some of the older people could identify with. And then there's Princess Leia, who they were rescuing. Or did Princess Leia rescue them? You know, she was a tough girl there. You know, you found out when you got her. She wasn't just some weak, you know, woman that they had to come in and rescue. She held her own. She was right along there with the guys, you know. And that made appeal to her character, played by Carrie Fisher. Another thing is this story has a clear vision of good versus evil. There's no half anybody of this, half anybody, conflicted heroes. You know, it was the dark side, the light side. So you had your own rooting interests, you know. Another thing was it was visually stunning. I mean, I've never seen anything like this when this movie came out. I mean, I remember wondering, how did they do this? You know, from everything, from the battles with the TIE fighters, you know, to the attack on the Death Star. And it went down the corridor trying to shoot inside and blow it up. I remember people were trying to figure out, how did they do this? Did they put a camera on a car and run it down a set? No. And it was better that way, too, that we didn't know. Because that way your imagination was really blown away when you saw it. Because it was like, how did they do this? What way? It was years later that we found out it was like a mini camera, you know, on a model set. But it was better that way, that you didn't know. Another thing was the hopeful ending that it had, you know. I remember at the end of the movie where everybody got their medals here at the ceremony. The people in the theater, when I went and saw it, they stood up and clapped along with the rebels. It was almost like you were a part of this because you saw how it started off, the struggles that they went through, and you weren't even quite sure whether they're going to survive the attack on the Death Star. So it was just a fantastic ending to this movie, which leads us to always the physical copy. Now, I have this movie on every version that you could think of. This is the Blu-ray version, just about. You know, I have the DVD, the Beta, Laserdisc, DVD, VHS. Now, this set right here has all the first three, well, my first three movies on it: Star Wars, Empire, and Return of the Jedi. And the commentary on the back of it is George Lucas and a few, you know, cast members and people that worked on the movie commentating throughout the whole movie and giving little tidbits about this scene and that scene. That's kind of interesting. And it's all in widescreen. I mean, why would you not get Star Wars in widescreen? Let's see what looks like here. We got Star Wars here, DVD and Blu-ray. The Empire Strikes Back, DVD and Blu-ray. And Return of the Jedi, DVD and Blu-ray. I wanted my own physical copy of this, like I said before, with some of my other shows. I don't want to rely upon Disney Plus or any other streaming channel. I have my own set here that I can watch anytime and every time. This is KDS Reviews. This is a retrospective episode about one of the most biggest cultural event ever, and that's Star Wars. Remember, KDS Reviews is seen every Wednesday and every Sunday. If you like this type of content, then like, subscribe, and share. What did you think of Star Wars when you saw it? I really wanted to hear what some of my viewers here think. Experience was when they first saw it. Did you see it at home or did you see it at the theater? This is KDS Reviews, and I will see you in the next video.